Subnautica is scary. I think most of you will probably agree with me on that. But I think the main reason aren't leviathans. Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to another video. Today, we'll take a look at what exactly makes Subnautica so scary.
This is what I think makes it scary and doesn't have any scientific studies or proof behind it. It's just a video for fun.
Also, let me know what made Subnautica scary for you, or if you weren't scared at all. Liar. I asked my community about what they found most scary about the game, and the most common answer was the darkness. Darkness is a very common fear in humans because we rely on our eyesight to determine threats and what to watch out for. That of course applies especially underwater, where you can't really rely on sound since it's all just a mishmash of different underwater sounds. But of course, with a few exceptions, we'll get to those later. And well, in Subnautica, the devs did a really good job on making your light sources as crappy as possible. The dim and quickly fading light of your flashlight is barely enough to light up the walls of a cave close to you. And even the headlights of your biggest submarine seem to not really work sometimes. Lights like these are more a fancy gimmick than actually useful. This also means that you don't have a lot of reference points to hold onto and navigate by, which means you can get lost very easily. And not being able to find your way home? Also pretty scary if you ask me. Now of course leviathans were also a pretty common answer, but I don't think it's actually the leviathans themselves that are scary. Sure, they're huge and scary looking, but it's knowing that there are leviathans out there. Personally, before I knew what the leviathans looked like and how they worked, I was so much more terrified of leaving the safe shallows. It's the fear of the unknown that's really terrifying. Humans don't like things they don't understand, which is a whole other problem, but let's just stick to the topic here. And that makes them scared. On an alien planet you don't know anything about, anything is possible. For all you know, the entire map could be a massive creature just waiting to eat you. Did you just see something in the corner of your vision? Maybe there are invisible creatures. It's possible. And that possibility is the really terrifying part. And that leads into another point: anticipation. You're practically waiting for something to attack you. That's why so many people are terrified when they first see reefbacks. They're on edge the entire time they're playing, and then a massive creature appears. First reaction? Fear.
What the f***? It's like a horror game all of a sudden. What the f*** are those? No thanks. What the?
Of course, there's also the fear of being alone. You're in an alien world you don't know anything about, sure. But if you at least had someone else to talk to, rely on, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. Being alone has always been dangerous for humans. We only survived because we grouped up and stayed together. All alone, you're vulnerable. Nobody's got you back. There's also a fear of the ocean, thalassophobia. Now, of course not everyone has thalassophobia, but a lot of people are scared of the ocean. And in an underwater survival game, that kind of sucks. But personally, I think the fear of the ocean is just a combination of the things I've listed so far. Not being able to see the ground, things in the water below you don't know. But at least on Earth you have some reference points to what could be lurking there. You can be fairly certain that there's not a massive creature waiting to drag you down with its massive tentacles and eat you whole. But on an alien planet? Who tells you that there's not something like that waiting right below you? course, sound also plays a very important role in Subnautica. Almost every creature you hear before you see. And those sounds can be terrifying. Subnautica's sound designer also did an amazing job with the music. Each biome has a different track, and the music does a great job at capturing the essence of the biome you're in. The safe shallows, where almost no threats exist, are happy and upbeat. The lava zone? A whole other story. Each creature sound feels unique, and as soon as you hear a reaper's roar, you know you're in trouble. Then again, the PTA also does a great job at provoking fear, with lines like these.
Detecting multiple leviathan class life forms in the region. Are you certain whatever you're doing is worth it?
And last but not least, going back to leviathans, dead leviathans. You can find skeletons of massive creatures on planet 4546b, and probably can't help to wonder, how did they die? What killed them? Is there something even bigger out there? Something that eats a leviathan for breakfast? So yeah, essentially Subnautica is a beautiful composition of fears, all working together to get you as scared as possible in situations like this.
Damage detected. Read for silent run. Caution, hull integrity low. Warning, hull integrity on fire detected. Emergency, hull failure imminent. Abandon ship. Total hull failure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So in summary, Subnautica is great and scary because it touches basically all of our primal, primitive human fears we've had for millions of years. And those fears are really hard to ignore. Just like that massive leviathan right behind you. Okay, sorry. But if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Only 7% of people are actually subscribed, and it would really mean a lot to me to see that number go up. I've also tried expanding the amounts of games I cover, so if you enjoy these kinds of videos and have an idea on what other games I could make them on, please let me know in the comments below. But for now, huge thanks to my patrons and channel members for supporting me. I hope you enjoy your special perks. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!